nice to get my mornings back for a couple of weeks, that's for sure. I'm in a bit of a detraining mode after the A100, so I'm just chilling out. Promised myself I wouldn't do any running for 2 weeks. It's been great. Get my evenings, early mornings are out the window at the moment, so I can lay in bed till, well, I have to get woken up by the kids, but you know, still get a bit of a lie-in, so things are nice at the moment, nice and chilled out, feeling good. So if you're new to the channel, thank you very much for watching. If you've just subscribed, brilliant, you'll really enjoy what's coming ahead. I've got some great vlogs coming out all about my training for my next challenge. If you've already, if you know all about me and what I'm doing, then that's brilliant. Thanks so much for your support. The channel's growing. I love all your comments. Really good to get some feedback, some advice from people out there as well, because I need as many tips and help as possible. So hopefully we're both sharing, you know, from our experience. The plan now is to start afresh. It's a new chapter in my training. Last year I completed the Arc of Attrition, and I'm going to hopefully, CV19 allowing, we come back for more. I'm going to have another go at it. I'd like to try and do a sub 24 hour. I did 25 hours 40 last year. The weather was pretty good. If you don't know the race, it's again called the Arc of Attrition. It's a tough winter race. It's from Coverack, which is down in Cornwall, south coast, and it tracks the southwest Cornish Trail. I think it's called Southwest Trail, and it goes all the way along the coastline, round to Land's End, and then follows the north coastline up to a place called Porthtowan. It's super tough. Probably one of the biggest challenges is I was out on my own a lot in the dark, because it's obviously in the winter. And yeah, very tough to follow the paths and make sure you get that right. Got lost, you know, all sorts of problems. So definitely a challenging goal to hit sub 24 hours. So the plan is to really just cover all my training. You know, I'll update you on a weekly basis, and yeah, just you can track and see how I get on. Right, so I have got a nice little new thing I've just sussed out on my computer so I can record my screen. So I'm going to basically in this vlog talk about what I did last year, how my training went, and then I'm just going to sort of do a general sort of plan of the different stages of my training coming from what we're at the end of October now. So we've got November, December and a full month in January. So I've got 3 months to get together a really good training plan. You know, start off with my anaerobic, do my aerobic, do my endurance, get my speed in my legs and get that body working really well. So let's see what I did last year, and we'll have a chat about that. If any of you have used this before, then that's great. If you haven't, just a quick run through. It basically allows my coach, which I had a coach for attrition last year, and I'm going to have a coach again this year from Destination Unknown, Davide Grazielli. He's in Italy, really good runner, so he's getting me through this. So what he does is he puts on my weekly, does 3 to 4 week blocks depending on what we're doing, and he'll put all of my workouts and all my runs, so we see a plan and it's going forward. So where it's green, we're basically seeing that I've completed it correctly, probably the same similar time it needs to be done. Where it's red, it means I've missed the workout, but then in grey you can see the next day that I actually ended up doing it. So probably on, say, the Tuesday I did my Pilates, didn't fancy doing a workout, so I followed it the next day. I've now got the premium edition, which means I can move these around, and so I can probably get a cleaner look. And then at the end you have your summary, and what we're really looking for here is a lot of people like to look at their mileage. I run on time rather than mileage. To me, that's more important. And then this TSS, which is training stress score, and the higher it is, the more stress there is in the body, and there's your total duration there. So looking through here, we started as early as the 1st of October, so I'm not concerned about that at the moment because I've just finished the A100 2 weeks ago, so I'm in good fitness. My fitness is about 85 at the moment, and you've got this fitness level here, so this will rise. Gets up to about 95 to 100 as you get your fitness levels higher. Anyway, just really going on because I don't want to spend too much time talking about this. We'll go in more detail as I prepare, you know, and post some more vlogs going forward. But you can see, first of all, we started off with the anaerobic stage. This is all the fast stuff. We're doing high intensity workouts. We're doing 10 by 30. We're doing 10 by 100 meters, and we're putting a long run in. We're also doing fartleks, and we're increasing the intensity here. You can see 10 by 30 seconds, 10 by 45 seconds, 20 by 30 seconds. So the stress score over here is going up. up to 540 here, and we dropped it down here because then we do a 10k test just to see what my threshold is, aerobic threshold, and what intensity I can hold this on to. So we just start off with the anaerobic stage. That lasts about 3 weeks, and what I've noticed here is I've then had a break from running, and I actually did get injured very, very slightly. I started to get sore from all this high intensity, and I backed off on my running, and then I went on holiday because it was my wedding anniversary on this week here. This open water swimming is actually in the sea, and then I came back and started to get back into it. My coach was away. I think he was running a race in America, so we missed each other for a little bit, and we then got started to get back into it again. But as you can see, lots of greens, which is good, but easy runs, recoveries, because we're coming out of injury here. There's a bit of a workout here. So again, I've lost probably about a month of good solid training, and now we're into the 1st of December, so we've only got 2 more months. My fitness level's dropping, probably picking up a little bit here. I'm running a 45-mile week. There's no high mileage here at all. I don't think it's necessary, but again, there's a whole week off here, and I looked at my history, and that was injury, and that is because I was suffering from tendonitis in my right knee. I had a groin issue and a back issue, so I had to work through that. So there was kind of a hit or miss really whether I could carry on here, but I did, and then off we started again. So now we're on the 9th of December, and we're starting to build up. We've got 2 workouts. We've got an easy, well, I wouldn't say so much of a workout, an easy run with a progressive 3K, just getting faster at the end. And then we're doing our workout here, and then we've got a 3-hour long run. Right, so now we're looking at sort of threshold stuff. This is getting your aerobic threshold up, trying to get that level, trying to basically run at the longest time you can run at the highest speed, and just relaxed, so that you're kind of doing your long ultra runs. You're keeping it at a nice level. The heart rate's probably at about 140, 145, and you can keep that up for hours, and that's what we're trying to build. You can see here we've got a workout here, and then you've got the long run, and then we're coming into the next week, and this is Christmas here. So it's been quite a tricky time for all of us to train, but we've got a workout here, nice easy run, and again mileage sticking at 40 miles. So we're still not going to the high mileage here, but this is when we start to pick up now. We've got 3 or 4 weeks prior to the race, because the race is at the end of January. So you can see lots of greens. I'm starting to focus. We're putting 2 good workouts in. There's one workout on the Tuesday and another workout on the Friday. And a long run, 4 hours. So we're building up the mileage here, 55 miles, and the next week 64 miles. We're putting 2 long runs in the week. There's an hour and a half, and then a 5-hour run. That's usually, if I can get that longer, that would be fantastic. And there's some little milestones which I'll talk about in a little bit, which I want to do to improve on that. And then we're coming close to the race, and here we go. There's the Arc race here. So again, we haven't really started to taper, very slight tapering here, because we're high mileage, big week here, 65 miles. That's probably my biggest week, and that is 2 weeks before the race. But we're just reducing very slightly the TSS. You can see here it's 1,000, and then all of a sudden we drop it. I still have a 37-mile week, but we've tapered this week. And then the last week I was meant to do a few little workouts here, but you travel on the 30th. There's a lot of prep to do here, so I ended up just not bothering at all, and I did a very small run here, so that was all I did. And then we had the Arc of Attrition. So that is what my training looked like for last year. Yeah, so hopefully that's helped looking at training peaks. You get an idea of kind of the volume, the intensity, the commitment. There's a lot going on when you train for one of these hundreds or whatever you're going to look for, whether it's a 5K, half, or a marathon. There's a lot of commitment, and I always think planning, getting a good routine going is essential, and they're very individual. These training plans are not, for me, it's not pulled straight off you can download them online, pay whatever it is, and then you can follow a plan. And I get that. I used to do that right at the beginning, but now more and more it becomes a lot more individual. You have problems, you might want to improve on something because you're not doing so well. You can look at your performance. It's so important, and that's one reason why I had a coach last year and I'm going to get a coach this year. It's just really essential. So having a look at that, it's kind of pulled up a few sort of I guess I call them mini milestones and things I want to improve on from last year. One of them is my strength and mobility. I do Pilates once a week. I also do a little bit of Pilates, sort of 20-minute sessions if I can on the weekends, and I want to build that in. I also have my strength to look at. I've got my little gym which I've set up at work, and that's new to me, so I've only been using that since March. So I've got some really, good set of weights there, so I can get my leg strength going, because that's essential for this type of race, because there's some really steep, sharp hills, especially at the end. There's like 3 big climbs, and they absolutely kill you, get you right up to your level of anaerobic use. I mean, they're killers. So that's one thing. Another goal I want to do is improve my lactate threshold. If you don't know what that is, then I'll probably explain it in a bit more detail coming up in a few more vlogs. But yeah, it's something you really need to improve on, especially if you're going to look at sort of short, quick bursts, quick climbs, things like that. I want to increase my mileage. The A100 definitely needed some more miles in my legs. I got quite tired towards the end, so I want to get that mileage up. Looking at my training last year, I only hit sort of 2 60-mile weeks. I don't think that's going to be enough if I want to do a 24-hour race, but hey, who knows. One big thing I'd love to do, and I really hope I can find time, is recce the course. There's a really tough bit from Land's End all the way to St Ives. It's in the darkness. It's going to be terrible weather most probably, and it is really hard to navigate because you're trying to move as quick as possible. Some parts they're just unmarked. A lot of the race is, so that's really hard to navigate. So I want to do that recce at night, probably 3 weeks before. That'd be really good if I go down with some friends and do that together. That'd be great. What else? Yeah, I suppose I want to put in a race in December. I've signed up, or tried to sign up to, I think it's called the Cheviot Goat, it's called, a race there. And also there's Tour of Hervelin, but they're all fully booked. I've put myself on waiting lists, so maybe get a race. If not, I'm going to go and do a tough kind of training run somewhere, and there's some big hills, maybe go for a sort of evening out and do something quite heavy on that. That'll really improve. Yeah, and those are kind of the takeaways I want to do. I also want to make it fun. I want to do some great vlogs for you guys, and improve these kind of vlogs if I can, and show you the training. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'd like to do. So my next steps really are, I'm going to start running now. Tomorrow's my first day back. I've had a nice 2 weeks off. It's been lovely not to run. I do love my running, but it's also not to do any running. So I'm going to start my running. I've got to plan my next 3 weeks. I've got to speak to my coach and try and get him on board so that we can get some planning going for the next 3 weeks. And I also just want to sit down and learn now, read some stuff up. I've just bought a book by a guy called Jack Daniels. I've been recommended that by my coach, and it's called I think it's called something about the running formula, Jack Daniels running formula. It's quite an old school book, but it's got loads of good bits in it. So I'm going to sit down and read that. So it's going to be one of my goals over the next couple of weeks, to learn a bit more about training and coaching and things like that. It's brilliant. Yeah, and that's it. So hopefully the Training Peaks part was all right. It wasn't too boring, too dull. If you liked it, please comment below and just say, yeah, it was a really good idea, rather than doing it on the board. I can do it on the board as well, but it doesn't really matter. And yeah, if you liked it and you want more of that, please just say yes in the comments. That'd be really handy. The other thing I got, which is pretty cool, just a couple of things. I got that through the post, which I didn't think I was going to get. And it's from when I did the virtual London Marathon. You got almost like a football shirt. Let's check this out. Look at this. It's like a pretty cool running top. It's got the 40th race on it. It's pretty nice, huh? All in gold, kind of snazzy. And then you get a medal in a rather fancy pack. And yeah, look at this one. Wow, it's a big one. Medals are getting bigger and bigger nowadays. Look at that. So that's really nice. Pretty chuffed about that. So that's going to go and hang up on my where's my other one? Yeah, look, see, there's my old Flora one. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's the Flora London Marathon. It's getting because it's a bit damp in here. London Marathon, that's 2009, that one. That was my first ever marathon I did, the London Marathon. So there we go. It's been upgraded now. We're going to put that up there. It's pretty smart. Let's go and shove him up there with that one. So that was pretty good. And today's been terrible weather. The clocks have just gone back. It's coming to the end of October. It's the South Downs Way 50, the Centurion race. Some guy ran it. I mean, amazing time. Something like 6 hours 15. Brilliant. Well done. Bravo. super quick. I reckon I'd probably polish that one off in about 8.5, 9 hours. So it just shows how rapid these guys can be. So well done for that. And yeah, I guess that's enough from me. Hopefully you've enjoyed this vlog. Bit of a reset. If you like it, please subscribe. Obviously leave as many comments below and hit that ringing that bell. And yeah, just make sure you enjoy your training. Hopefully you can race. Lots of learning and repeat. Just keep doing it, I guess. See you in a bit.